Yeah, hello everybody, the Utopian Duelist here, and today I've got a profile for TrapTrix. Now this deck has been really fun. I picked it up the day of the Structure Deck's release. I just wanted to make sure that, I got you guys a build that I was comfortable with and, I think is actually going to be, worth a shit. You guys know me, I'm a really fucking big perfectionist. So let's get into it. Got the first off, we're going to go through the monsters. We've got 3 TrapTrix Pudica. Best card in the deck. You open this up, you fucking win. Getting that field spell is such a just great thing, just overall. We're going to go for Myrmelio. Myrmelio's great. And the cool thing about both of these is, so the normal summon gets you the field spell on Pudica. The normal summon gets you the trap hole on Myrmelio. But due to Sarah's effect, you can also special summon one back from graveyard. When this one special summoned, it banishes. When this one special summons, it pops a spell or trap. So in that, you get a lot of extra interruption with your Sarah. So just remember that. And that is live during your opponent's turn. After you trap hold them, you can special summon one of these to remove an additional card. We've got 3 Arachnocampa up next. As long as you control a TrapTrix monster, you can special summon it from hand. Just, free summon. It does lock you into insect or plant though, so if you're planning on going to Zeus or any kind of those shenanigans, probably avoid that. We play 3 Mantis. We're really just trying to round out the monster lineup with something that activates on summon. Yeah, there's some other ones in the main deck monster lineup that do some fun effects, but we really just want to focus on triggering Sarah immediately. Alright, and then I do play 2 Dinonia. Dinonia is cool, but if you open it and you don't have anything in your graveyard, it's kind of bricky. So we do run it at 2, because you search it pretty much every turn off of the TrapTrix Sarah anyway. So there's no reason to run anything higher than 2. And you can always add the second one late game off of your Pingecula as well. So now we're out of the TrapTrix monsters and into the just random staple cards. Do play 3 Parallel Exceed. Ignore this. I couldn't find my third. It's somewhere over the fucking rainbow. But this is really good because after you make that Sarah, this is just a free rank 4 and it's an extra extender, which generally lets you end with all your normal shit plus a Redoer. Time Thief Redoer this with a trap card underneath it. So that's an extra interruption, extra bounce. So it's super good. Hand traps. We're running 3 Ash, and then we are running 3 Imperm as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. The only spell in this build, and the only spell I feel like you need in the deck, unless you feel like, cramming Prosperity in here, TrapTrix Garden. I feel like this is good enough. I didn't really worry about Prosperity for this. Onto the traps. We do play 3 Holtea. Again, best card in the deck. We've got a lot of best cards in the deck, but this is best card in the deck. It's a trap activation that you can activate first turn that sets off your Sarah play. It special summons stuff back out, which can again trigger, like the Pudica and the Myrmelios. And then, yeah, it's just a body. It's good for the XEs. It's good for the Redoer because it gives a trap under the Redoer so you can get a bounce. It's great. It does everything that you could ever need. Onto the trap hole lineup. So I'm going to go. I went with 2 trap hole Gravedigger trap hole. This one's fucking amazing, especially with how many hand traps and Nib, Ash, Ogre, Veiler, all the bullshit. Droll and Lock is coming back pretty hard. With all the shit running around in the meta, this is just amazing. Imagine I pay 2,000 of your life points to negate your card. It's great. 2 Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmares. So the reason why I really love this card, and I see a lot of people cut it down to 1, is this is the only thing that you can respond with at any time. As long as your opponent has at one point summoned a 2,000 attack point monster during your turn. All these others require a trigger. This you can respond with at any time, which means you can counter with the counterplay in it. You can activate this and then chain your Sarah to summon a Pudica to get rid of an additional card, and you can choose to do that whenever you want instead of, when you have to hit something with one of these other trap cards. So yeah, that, and it also makes your Rafflesia live 24/7 just to pop something. I do play 2 Trap Hole Nightmare. Effect Negate. We love negates around here. Negates are great. And then the last 3, I play 1 bottomless trap hole, 1 floodgate trap hole, and 1 time space trap hole. The bottomless is cool. The floodgate's pretty much just in there for like cash and some other miscellaneous bullshit. And then time space is just amazing, being able to time space off the Rafflesia and then just shuffle that monster back into the deck, because the stuff that it like resolves in the graveyard, fucking amazing. Just to be able to like turn that off, you don't even need to run Abyss Dweller in the extra. You can side it, of course, but like you don't even need to main deck the Abyss Dweller. It's great. Again, hand traps. We're running the Imperms, and then we're running the Evenlies, and then my spicy little tech that I haven't really seen a whole lot of people do is Torrential Tribute. I was running this at 3. I did cut it down to 1 to fit Evenlies, just because I feel like Evenlies better. It gets around a lot more. It makes your opponent send, so it gets around like unaffected cards, etc. But every one of the extra deck monsters for TrapTrix is completely unaffected by traps. Not just trap holes, but traps in general. So you can summon, I don't know, your Pudica off of Sarah and then chain Torrential. And not only are you going to get rid of something off of Pudica if they try to summon anything back, like you have the decks where, like Draco Slayer, if you destroy, like Ignis, it tutors out another one. You pretty much dodge that because you destroy the whole field, and then the stuff they summon back out, you banish off the Pudica and your next chain link. So it's just, really good board wipe. If you're looking for more budget options, 3 of this is fucking amazing. I love this to death, and I recommend it to everyone who's playing TrapTrix, especially the budget players. But yeah, let's get in the extra deck. 3 Sarah, once again, best card in the deck. When you summon a monster, it sets a trap. When you activate a trap, it summons a monster that's live during either player's turn. So it just really, a bunch of counterplay options. And even during your opponent's turn, after you summon that Pudica, banish something with Pudica, or same thing with Mermelio, pop a spell and trap. You get to set another trap hole that you can use during your next turn while you're coming back, because turn 3 is big right now. A lot of people were just really worried about your turn 1, your turn 2, but like turn 3 is really where you come back. You're pretty much just trying to live through your turn 1, and then you close out on your turn 3. So that's really helpful for that. In terms of the TrapTrix XEs, I've got 2 Rafflesia, 2 Pingecula. I don't really feel like I need anything else. Yeah, we could run it at 3, but like it's overkill at that point. If your duels are lasting long enough for you to hit 3 of these, then you've got a problem. On the links, the one-ofs for TrapTrix Engine, I've got 1 Alamarius. It's cool. It doesn't always come up. Basically what it does, if you don't know, it just Pingecula nabs one out of the graveyard after it's been destroyed by a TrapTrix card or effect or a trap hole. This one special summons it instead, and then you can remove 2 materials to special summon back. But it's all right. If I had something better, I'd cut it. Like if there was just something that was 100% better, I'd 100% cut it probably. But I actually do like this. This is a banish, and it's an attack boost for beating over. So this is great. This can really help with like the situations where you want to Zeus afterward as well. And then this, I play this at a 1-of just because if you brick like hell, or if you get like negated or hand trapped into a fucking oblivion, you can summon this and just have 2 negates off of the 1 trap hole you're left with, instead of making a 800 attack point Sarah and like 1 bottomless. I'd rather do this and get 2 bottomlesses out of it. On to the non-TrapTrix stuff. 1-time Thief Redoer. It's too good not to play when you run a deck with trap monsters. 1 Baguska, the Drunken Tapier. Self-explanatory, just make it to really distract for a turn. Again, your turn 3 is really where you want to close it out. So if you've been hand trapped a couple times, you can only squeeze out 1 XE, pop your Baguska down. There's nothing better to do right now. I do play 1 Light Dragon Adagnister. So this can also be substituted for number 70, because it's an insect and it works better with like Arachnocampa. but I like this because it's a non-targeting removal. So what this says is if you can detach one material from this card, destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of @ignisters you control, which you always are going to control one if you're activating this effect, so it's a free non-targeting destruction. Then we have the big boy, Zeus. You could probably cut this for another Zeus if you want to, but I'm fine with one. I don't make it to two like 95% of the time, because again, you want to close out that turn 3 as like quick as possible. And then my spicy tech for the deck, one Black Rose Dragon. Now you may be wondering, how do you make the Black Rose Dragon? So with this deck, there'll be a lot of points where, you know, you'll have a little bit extra resources in hand. You may not always use the Ash because, you know, the trap holes can be so overwhelming, especially with Gravedigger. You may not always use the Ash. So you can normal summon the Ash, use the Ash plus one of the other, like, you know, Deinonium or Melio, whatever, to make a Black Rose. And this is essentially a second Zeus. It's good for the board nuke, but also, since you're playing a deck that's half plant, you can also banish a plant for its second effect that almost nobody knows about, to change a defense position monster into attack position, and its attack becomes 0. So you can really close out games with this as well. So yeah, so this is definitely a fun tech. Again, I'd recommend this to especially people who are playing on a budget. This is an amazing, amazing tech and a good, you know, like budget like version for Zeus. But yeah, that's going to be the profile, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the rest, guys. See ya. Alright, guys, here's the full deck profile. You know, some people don't want to watch the whole video, so here you go.